Hey everybody, welcome back. We're the Heroes Global Championship Open Division. This is cup number 5 in phase 2. Series number 3 of the night. We're in the round of 8. We have Necrodancers versus Firm Handshake. As we've been all night, my guest, my co-host, InanimateJ. Welcome back. How you doing, bud?
Still sweating, still hot, still 33 degrees Celsius here. But I am chalking all of that up to the hype that we're having. Our last series between Necrodancers and Psystorm Gaming, a 3-game thriller as Necrodancers came back after dropping game 1 to win it 2-1. They will play in the quarterfinals against Firm Handshake, who are looking to make a top 4 appearance in this cup. I'm looking forward to this one. Necrodancers showed some great adaptation in their draft strategy once they got to their favorite Stitches composition. Looked absolutely unstoppable. So we'll have to see if Firm Handshake have been doing some scouting. We'll know to try and take that Stitches away early on in the draft rotation.
Yeah, and seeing as they just finished their game, it doesn't look like they got a chance to pop over to the stream and check out, see what they're running. So we'll definitely see if they already have that information on them. But looks like, once again, actually, we're going to see the first pick Infernal Shrines. Necro banned Braxis once again, and Firm actually banned Towers. So this is Necro's pick once again. They love Infernal Shrines, and it's a great map for the composition that they like to run. So
yeah, it's such a good map too, because it really, I think, tests teams in their draft composition and their shot calling as well. There's a lot of opportunity to move around the map, pick up siege camps, pick up the bruiser camps at different times, and really work against the 3 different lanes that the objective can spawn in. So not surprised to see a lot of teams really push towards this map as an early pick in the map pool to move towards.
Yep. And looks like we're getting the readies in chat. I think we're waiting on 1 or 2 players. Chat being spammed. They're all trying to figure out what they're doing.
They were just waiting on the admin.
Yeah. So this has been us following Psystorm, who beat 2-0 Team Revolt, and then managed to go 1-2 against Necrodancers, taking the first game. Unfortunately, not being able to follow it up with another win. And in this game, we're going to see Necrodancers versus Firm Handshake. Firm Handshake will have first pick once draft gets started. The games have been pretty exciting. Like, the last series was so close in every game. And then in the very first series tonight, we had that quick 2-0 kind of 7-minute each game finish.
Yeah, Psystorm, I think they showed really strong play in the first round of the night, in the round of 32, and then came up against a really strong team in Necrodancers, as Firm Handshake will take Blaze right off the board. No wait on that one. They do not want to see the Firebat in the off lane in the hands of Necrodancers.
No. And I'd expect to see another aerial ban out of Necro. They did not want to see it at all, pretty much, the last series. But nope, going to see the Alexstrasza. They learned that mistake game number 1 last series. So going to take out the aspect of life. And Darius Deckard, wow. Both of the top supports just kind of getting dumped in the ban train real fast. And this is the power of that 2 bans at the start of draft. So,
and Urel, the Drana Paladin, seeing the ban bin yet again. Diablo coming out very fast from Firm Handshake. So again,
look at that skin.
I love that skin. That's the one I use as well, playing the Lord of Terror. But this is again a very telling first pick right into the hands of Necrodancers. You could take the Stitches in the first rotation here. Sure, you've lost your ideal support in Deckard Cain, but there's still a lot of opportunity to pick up support heroes that are very strong here. Malfurion, his demise is a little bit... oh, wait, they left Medivh. Oh, I forgot they left Medivh. Oh, no. What have you done? Domovarian's got his best hero.
And technically, Stitches is still open. I'm just going to throw that out there real quick.
Well, they do have to go through a ban phase before they can get to Stitches.
This is true. This is true. I will say it is Medivh now. We're going to see Domo on kind of his flagship hero. Honestly, if they lose with Medivh, it'd almost be kind of distraught for the side of Necrodancers. Like I can't imagine them taking that kind of ego blow. It's such a massive hero for them. We do see Phoenix and Rhaegar on the side of Firm Handshake. We've actually saw Necro ban Phoenix in the third ban all 3 games last series. So now it's slipped through. The Bloodlust is available. The lightning with the lightning breath and the purification salvo. It is a pretty down and dirty combo. Getting rid of Leoric though. I remember when Phoenix first came out, the Entomb Planet Cracker combo was pretty intense.
Yeah, it's a lot of shenanigans on the side of the Phoenix Leoric composition. I'm really interested though to see if Firm Handshake is going to have done their scouting and will try to take the Stitches away in this third round of bans here. No, they're going to take the Stukov out, and I like that ban as well because that's now 3, in my opinion, of the best supports in the meta really gone. Stukov's kit very strong. The burst healing on all the heroes in a tight quarter like you get on Infernal Shrines very strong, but again, Malfurion, I think, with the Medivh as well to help enable him and kind of take away some of that burst damage that he can sometimes struggle a little bit with due to the nature of his healing. Stitches Rainer. Could this be a solo Medivh comp?
Now, I don't want to 10,000 IQ this, but do they pick the Lili? The shields are very useful for mitigating the burst that becomes available, but if it's a lightning breath combo, 1,000 jugs is phenomenal for keeping the team alive because Medivh can shield that one person that needs it most, and then the jugs just tops everyone off.
Okay, well, Thrall's off the board now as Firm Handshake picks him up. It will be Malfurion, so the 10,000 IQ play, the jug of 10,000 IQ does not come out to play here. It will be the Forest Druid in Malfurion. That doesn't surprise me as I'm such an on meta kind of guy, despite the fact that we're seeing a Stitches comp again. But Stitches new meta for Open Division, I guess, because Necrodancers are going to ride Huff money on the Stitches all the way to victory.
And you know what? It's been very popular in Europe. And I always say in my podcast on Wednesdays that it is the superior region. So taking plays from that region, not necessarily a bad thing. But Huff money, like, let's be honest, all game, the game number 2 and game number 3, making it happen. And the original kidnap combo, the Medivh portal with the Gorge, there's no teleport hero that just gets away. There's no quick void prison that protects anybody. It's going to be a little more effective this time around than it was last time. So look out for that.
Yeah, they got the one teleport in the Phoenix, but we'll see. On the blue side, it is the Necrodancers yet again. Physicals on the Rainer, Quantum on Malfurion, Domovarian on his signature Medivh, Azariel again on Sonya, and Huff money with the hooks coming out on the Stitches.
Yes, and on the red side, we do have Firm Handshakes all around. Vader playing Dahaka, Lex Luthor on Diablo, Jinx playing that Phoenix, Pyrat Rum on Thrall, and Grizz on the Rhaegar.
Just a quick look at the level 1 talents. Devil's Due, no surprise from Diablo being played by Lex Luthor. Mobile offense, though, on Jinx for the Phoenix. That making him want to stutter step to get that bonus damage all the time. Really effective ability to up the damage. No big surprise anywhere else. Looks like the slam build coming out from Huff money right again as the skirmish comes out. Big root onto Lex Luthor and Vader. They're going to actually pull Dahaka through that, but no harm, no foul. He'll get away with about half his life.
That was a 10,000 IQ knockback by Physicals, interrupting the overpower to prevent him. Actually, gonna go ahead and finish off the Medivh. The damage comes out. The portal wasn't fast enough, and the shield was a little early. Excellent pickup from the side of Firm Handshakes, getting that first blood. They are going to take a small experience lead.
The mobile offense, that bonus damage I was talking about on the Phoenix, just being able to get that burst damage in with those extra auto attacks. When you get it on that single target with the repeater cannon, there's a lot of potential to really just catch somebody out. And Domovarian, for all the mastery that he has of those portals, didn't get them down in time as he tried to place both locations. It really felt that might have been what caused him to not get out in time, as he had to get those 2 clicks down before he was able to get on the portal and get away.
Yeah, and that is a big drawback on that talent. I want to point out real quick, we do have Celestial Alignment from the side of Malfurion. Not going to see the new level 1 talent that came with the recent patch that gives him all the health per 5 while he has a bunch of regrowths out. Actually going to instead go for the damage and the reveals. So will be really important to see how impactful that is. It does give a considerable boost to his auto attack. So, I mean, he does get that ability to kind of trade with other heroes.
You see Domovarian just scouting out that bottom camp pickup. As we talked about, this map full of camps, and 2 of them going to the side of Firm Handshake. They're probably bolstered by the fact they got that early pick. But there's the Huff Money pull onto Lex Uther on the Diablo into the roots, but they don't get the kill as he's able to just get over the wall. The damage from physicals just not quite enough to really burst down the Lord of Terror there, and he gets away to fight yet another day.
You know, I think if he had some magicals damage, it might have helped.
Ooh, caster puns. They don't teach those in school, kids. Those are 100% lifted. Those are net decked. Those are net decked puns. You can't get those anywhere else.
I do want to point out, and I actually discovered this the other day. I didn't realize it. Ace in the Hole only works on stuns and slows. So physical actually doesn't get the improved damage from Malfurion or Stitches early. He has to wait till those later talents to really get the Ace in the Hole value. So once we see the Putrid Bile and the Slam build come out, then we'll see some physical damage coming out of physicals. So,
but here's an interesting talent pick on level 4 for Domovarian. Raven Familiar on level 4, so that every time a hero goes through the portal, they get the Raven Ally, and when that Raven Ally comes in on the next basic attack, they slow the target for 30% for 2.5 seconds. That's where the Ace in the Hole synergy is going to come from.
Yeah, that's exactly where it's going to come from. And we see Jinx in the background actually taking a ton of damage. Domo actually resetting. Pyrom getting stuck in there. There is the portal. Huff Money going to go ahead and walk out. Physicals just going to go ahead and clear the camp. There's no Alexstrasza this time around to kind of push them off the point. Lex Uther just throwing the fire out, trying to get as much value as he can. Chain heal coming through. 20-12 in favor of Necrodancers. The Dahaka finally coming through. It's still 6-6. Quantum actually getting flipped by the Dahaka. The engage coming in. Shield for Stitches. Going to give him a significant damage reduction as well as a heal. No healer now, though, to top them off. They're going to have to forfeit this John Cena. They just don't have the sustain to deal with it at this point.
It's really important to note that this first one being in the top lane, I talked about it on the second round when Necrodancers were playing against Sidestorm Gaming. The only objective on the map where you only have one escape point, which is the bottom part into the lane. The other 2, you have the ability to go out the top and the bottom of the objective, whereas this one you can only go out through the bottom essentially, despite there being 5 ways out. They're all in the same vector of approach. Makes it very easy to choke players in. That's exactly what happened to Quantum there. Lex Uther getting him up against that upper left wall, flipping him over, and then the Dahaka pull to get him fully isolated and taken out to swing that team fight in their favor.
You know what? I really love this choice of Stormcaller at 4 for the Rhaegar. We saw it game 1 in the first series of the day with Sidestorm. It provides so much mana for Rhaegar during these events, and it's absolutely crucial for keeping him in the fights, because otherwise his mana actually dips very low.
Especially with how many targets there are on the shrines with all the monsters. It's every target it hits. It's not limited to specifically heroes or minions and mercenaries. So you cast it on any target inside that shrine, and you're essentially topping your mana up with every single cast of the lightning bond, or the lightning shield, excuse me. And it's just such a good sustain talent for Rhaegar, who generally does struggle with the mana consumption on Chain Heal.
Yep, and we do see the side of Necrodancers taking the bottom camp, but Firm Handshake sniffing it out, gonna go ahead and take a bunch of damage on the mid tower. Domo actually not very good at clearing camps or clearing waves. Doesn't quite have his stacks up and doesn't have the AoE.
Well, look at this full commit too. They recognize that all of the members of Necrodancers are elsewhere, and Firm Handshake just goes straight in and takes the top 4. They're actually going to go looking for the keep wall. Look at them going down the top lane here. There's a little bit of response damage in the mid, or the bottom lane, excuse me, from Necrodancers, but they're going to give up a keep wall in exchange as Vader actually stops the back on both physicals and Quantum. That is an important move from the off tank there that will allow his teammates to get full value on that push in the top lane. They've got 10 now in their favor.
Yeah, and excellent move on his end, because knowing full well the Stitches, the Malfurion, and the Rainer do not have the damage output pre-10 to finish him off, even if they turn on him and successfully get the hook root combo. Level 10s for the side of Firm Handshake, taking that level lead. We're going to see Necrodancers try to soak up. The next spawn has not gone through, so they will have 10s before the objective spawns. And once again, like I said, it is the Lightning Breath into the Purification Salvo. We are going to see that combo.
With the Earthquake on top of that, this feels really scary if I'm on the side of Necrodancers right now. This is a brawl composition that is, I think, kind of designed to work against them. But that Polybomb from Medivh with that pick, I think, is a really good pickup to try and disrupt that. You get that click cast interruption on the Purification Salvo, and just being able to fully disrupt your opposition's comp as they come in looking for a kill.
Wow, Domo barely getting that Raven form off. Lex Luthor actually mid-charge. It almost got him in the bird form. 27 stacks though on the Arcane Rift. They know full well they need to try and get a pick on him. If possible, the 29 stacks, 30 being absolutely monstrous for him because it's 75% damage and a permanent cooldown reduction when hitting heroes by 1 second. Allows him to spam that Q even harder.
It basically puts it on the global cooldown in terms of World of Warcraft terms, and that's a really dangerous thing to have in the hands of a Medivh. But here is going to be the initial engage. Lex Luthor actually grabbing Huff Money, putting him in a spot, and then isolating with the Lightning Breath. A ton of damage comes out. There's a Purification Salvo. Will take down Stitches, but they'll lose Lex Luthor. He will respawn in 3 seconds with the Black Soulstone. Pirate Rum getting out with a shred of life as Hyperion will push everybody on Firm Handshake away. It's a 1-for-1, but that Diablo respawn will get him better value, and they'll come back in and look for a re-engage.
Yeah, but we do see 29 stacks already for the side of Necrodancers, 34. Only 6 more needed, and only 8 for the side of Firm Handshakes. They have too far to go. Physical is actually getting caught out. Azario spinning to win, trying to pick up Jinx, almost being fallen. Domo actually trying to be really cheeky right now. The Polybomb coming out, gonna try and finish off the Rhaegar. Gonna get into bird form though. 37 stacks available. Stitches is up, 39. Getting the hook, getting the Grizz. Domo in the back. This is the Medivh we're talking about. Fully stacked, going at it. Has the Arcade Familiar. Vader, you're not going anywhere.
That is a knock-knock. Who's there? Raiding party! Everybody going through the portal and saying goodnight to Vader. This will be the mid lane getting pushed right back by that John Cena, and they might actually be able to push this one right up to the keep wall.
Man, we haven't seen a ship get wrecked that hard since the gunship battle in Wrath.
I really hated that encounter. I really did.
That was
one of my
part.
least favorite encounters. One of my least favorite encounters.
So we are seeing 13s for the side of Necrodancers. They're going to go ahead, work on this keep wall. All the lanes are pushed out. Sonya actually split off, working on camps. They're going to go ahead and peel off while there's still a little bit of John Cena health. Going to go get this bottom fort, knowing that the next turn is going to be in that bottom lane. They want to make sure there is nowhere close for the side of Firm Handshake to retreat to. That includes taking down the fountain. It's very crucial for them. We're getting that increased movement speed for Rainer. Going to enable him that much more survivability and ability to keep up. Lex actually getting put in. Going to go ahead and pop the Lightning Breath. It doesn't matter. There's a Tranquility. Keep them up. The portal coming out. Physicals cannot be killed. Hey, look at that knockback. So much healing between the Tranquility and the Fight or Flight. Vader actually trying to escape. Physical's gonna go ahead and chase him down. There's the portal. There's the Arcane Familiar. Vader, you're not going anywhere. There's the hook. Pirate Rum. Oh.
That is a team kill for Necrodancers. This will Diablo and Phoenix and Rhaegar now all up there. 5v3 for 10 more seconds here. 16 on the horizon. This is the strength of Stitches in the hands of Huff Money. Gets the initial engagement onto Lex Luthor, finds the first kill, and then follows up with some great play, keeping players engaged in that fight. Look at that. He's gone full slam build, not even going for the fishing hook on 16. He doesn't need it. He's that good.
Yeah, and now they have the circle protection with the increased decreased portal cooldown with the increased duration. This is going to be so crucial for getting physicals and quantum in and out of the fight, while the 3 tanky players, Medivh, Azariel, and Huff Money, kind of work on the back line. Medivh doing bird things, making sure they know where the enemy team is at all times. And this is one of the strongest aspects of Medivh. His ability to let you know where every single person, where at least one person is on the enemy team, that otherwise you would not know which way they're going. So really useful of that bird form. They're going to go ahead, look to take a lot of damage on that top fort. Not going to quite get it, but they did manage to get the hook on Alexa. Wow, that quick dash hitting him out of the root, but the Putrid Bile coming in. The Poly Bomb actually hitting 2 people in the backline. It's bouncing back and forth between Rhaegar and Thrall. That is a 2 for none. Both tanks falling down. The point is up in 30 seconds.
So, Force of Will, Arcane Explosion, plus Circle of Protection, plus Raiding Party through a portal equals it's a party for Necrodancers right now. Because every time they go through that portal, they go through as a unit. When they come out, there's Domo Variant with the Force of Will, with the area of effect on it, where they just come in, absorb so much damage, and then burst it right back with that level 7 Arcane Explosion. There's just so much potential to output damage into a team fight on the side of Necrodancers there, that it's just dropping people left, right, and center.
Yeah, and 16 talent for Raynor is so good right now. 100% of the damage his knockback does is healed for him. 100% of it with the 50% damage buff on it. That means 1 Q from Raynor is like a Rhaegar Ancestral if he hits 2 targets. It's absolutely phenomenal talent. And when you're dealing with like these tanky heroes that just kind of want to run at you, like Diablo and Dahaka, that knockback is just so crucial. And it just, at this point, you almost don't need to regrow them. It's that strong.
Yeah, just getting word that our streamer might have actually just dropped internet. So if you're still seeing us, we're back online. If you're not seeing us, well, we're sorry. We'll try and get this one back as soon as humanly possible. But right now, it is one-way traffic, really, on the side of Necrodancers here, as they've got the John Cena in the top lane. They're looking to push this keep straight down as they look for this 5v5 here on even talents.
Yeah, and that's John Cena actually getting the hit, getting the stun onto the Phoenix. The Rhaegar Ancestral is wasted. Lightning Breath not doing anything. That's a Hyperion to get tons of damage. Thrall is stuck. You say we're slowed, you're slowed, hooked, dead. The portals come out. That is a 3 for none. Game 1 going handily to the side of Necrodancers. That early game looked a little fishy, but Domo Variant just taking off with that Medivh. The core is dropping down 40%, 30%. GG, game number 1, Necrodancers starting off strong in this round of 8.
I'm going to sum up the way to play against Necrodancers in a couple of words, if I can. Ban Stitches first. I mean, you have 2 bans.
Is that the easy clap? Ban Stitches first?
You have 2 bans available to you before anybody picks a hero. Right now, ban Stitches, ban Medivh, and then hope for the best. Because right now, it doesn't matter if they don't have Medivh. If they get Stitches and they get the rest of their comp, they're terrifying. They got Stitches with Medivh, and they were terrifying.
I want to throw this out there. Azariel on Sonya only had 500 more damage than Stitches, had less hero damage, and had less damage tanked than the Stitches, and barely more so. That's how strong Stitches is, though. The full slam build that takes off at level 16, and the slows that provide so much utility for physicals to pop off, it's monstrous. 14-4, just an absolutely killer game. And that's why we saw Psystorm, the Medivh ban the Medivh never slipped through. And we saw right there how powerful those portals can be.
Absolutely. It enabled so much on the side of Necrodancers. They were able to get in, poke people around, just drop so much damage everywhere they wanted to, and then get out if they needed to, but they hardly ever needed to once they hit 16. They drop the AoE, Force of Will, they get the Arcane Explosion, and it was goodbye and good night for the members of Firm Handshake. They'll be down a game as we get set for game number 2 here, just waiting to see if we get